We want the suspect to know that the no snitch policy will never protect you in our community, that we are coming for you, we're looking for you, and we'll leave no stone unturned in trying to find out your whereabouts. But at the end of the day, we want this brother to know we will not rest until you're held accountable for this crime. And this was a wicked crime, and a crime against women, and a crime against humanity.
Her name was Felicia Johnson. She was 24 years old. And on what was supposed to be the happiest day of the year for her own birthday, she vanished.
First of all, take a flick. Take a flick. Come on, take a flick. Yeah, I got Bel Air and Festival.
Felicia had traveled from San Diego, California, all the way to Houston, Texas, to celebrate turning 24. April 16th, 2022. A day that should have been filled with joy, memories, and laughter. Instead, it became the last day anyone ever saw her alive. The last time her family heard from her was April 15th, the day before her birthday. One day, that is all the time that stood between a young woman full of life and a case that would take investigators down one of the most disturbing paths in recent Houston history.
Tonight, a father believes the remains of his daughter, who went missing nearly a year ago, may have been found.
And today, investigators tell us they were back out at a site in Montgomery County where remains were found earlier this week.
What happened to Felicia Johnson did not happen in the dark shadows of some unknown location. It happened inside an apartment. It was covered up with tools purchased from a Walmart and a Home Depot. And the man accused of taking her life, to this day, has never been arrested. He is still out there. Be why the time you finish watching this video, you will understand exactly what the evidence showed, how investigators connected the dots, and why justice for Felicia Johnson is still waiting. That if you are new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a case. And if you've been here before, you already know we do not stop until the full story is told. Stay with us. This one matters.
We're out looking for Felicia Johnson. Today they searched an area of interest at Bear Creek Pioneers Park, which is right around the location where Johnson's family says her phone was found.
Well, it's been 5 days since Johnson was last seen leaving a nightclub on West Little York in Northwest Houston. ABC 13 reporter Roxy Bustamante joins us live with what we've learned about her disappearance. Roxy.
So the Cover Girls nightclub right here behind me was the last place where Felicia Johnson was last seen. Now, Houston police tell us that detectives returned back here to this area, and her father is hoping that the surveillance video from inside the building will reveal who left with his daughter. Where is Felicia Johnson?
I can't put it into words. I'm trying to hold myself together and not just break down, and I don't know where my baby is or what's being done to her.
Kevin Johnson says his daughter Felicia was at the Cover Girls nightclub off of West Little York on Friday, April 15th. He says she was trying to apply for a job but was turned away.
She called the Uber. Uber was taking too long to really get here. So a gentleman here at the club offered to give her a ride to where she needed to go. Felicia has not been seen since. No cell phone activity, no credit card activity, no social media activity. She has absolutely just vanished off the face of the earth.
A team with Texas EquiSearch was searching in an area of interest near the park off of Eldridge Parkway.
We know that she's a victim of foul play. We need help in finding her.
Johnson's family fearing the worst. Her father sharing this message in hopes that Felicia Johnson is still somewhere alive.
It's a tragedy that you've been caught up in this net of whatever they got going on out here. But we working very, very hard to get you back. And I love you. Everybody in the family love you. And I just wanted to let you know, just stay strong, and we're coming for you.
Uncovered some new information in the murder of Felicia Johnson.
Nearly 2 months since she was last seen, her remains still have not been found. Now new court documents show how investigators linked a suspect to her murder.
Good morning, Erica and Jeff. We're live here from where Felicia Johnson was last seen alive. It's the outcome that no one wanted, and the gruesome details in the new charging documents accuse the suspect of doing extensive research to try and cover up her murder. Friends and family last heard from Johnson back on April 15. According to Uber records, investigators subpoenaed about a week later, they say the suspect, Chuabuka Wobodo, was the one who requested the ride for Johnson from her hotel to his apartment. Police say records show that on the 16th and 17th, he bought a number of supplies from Walmart and Home Depot, including a flashlight, shirt, gloves, saws, trash bags, and towels. Later that day on the 16th, a family friend found Johnson's phone at Bear Creek Park covered in blood. On May 13th, HPD conducted a search warrant where they say they found blood, weapons, receipts, and supplies in the suspect's car, as well as Johnson's DNA and blood in his apartment. Here's an excerpt from a news conference last week held by activist Quanell X and others who have been looking for Johnson.
We want the suspect to know that the no snitch policy will never protect you in our community, that we are coming for you, we're looking for you, and we'll leave no stone unturned in trying to find out your whereabouts.
Investigators say that Wobodo's search internet history came up with phrases like how to get away with murder and does blood or does bleach destroy DNA. Right now, police are still looking for Wobodo and they have not located Johnson's remains.
Newly released documents are revealing shocking and gruesome details about the murder and disappearance of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson. She vanished in April. Fox 26's Gabby Hart is live tonight with news that police say the suspect's Google search history is being used as evidence against him. Gabby.
Yeah, Tom, charging documents reveal that after Felicia Johnson's disappearance, the suspect Googled things like how to be a serial killer and how to get away with murder. Police also say that they found photos in his cell phone that showed the body of a dismembered woman along with other dead bodies.
New documents are providing insight into the circumstances surrounding the disappearance of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson. Johnson came to Houston from San Diego and attempted to get a job at a local strip club. We're now learning that she allegedly met 28-year-old Chuabuka Wobodo. The pair agreed to meet for $500. The suspect sent an Uber for Johnson to the Intercontinental Hotel around 3 a.m. April 16th. That Uber took her to the suspect's old address on Windchase Boulevard. Police say the suspect picked her up from that location and took her to his new residence on Richmond Avenue. On Thursday, police saying they found evidence that leads them to believe she was murdered. That evidence revealed in these documents. On April 17th, the suspect purchased a saw, towels, large trash bags, and a trail flashlight. When officers searched his vehicle, they found a gun, latex gloves, a large kitchen knife, and a shovel. They also found Felicia's blood in his trunk and back seat, as well as blood stains throughout his apartment. After Felicia's disappearance, the suspect allegedly Googled things like what does bleach do to blood, how to be a serial killer, and how does one plan a murder without getting caught. On April 30th, nearly 2 weeks after Felicia's disappearance, the suspect's Google search revealed he was still looking for Houston escorts. The investigating detective saying, quote, "I believe Felicia is deceased and was likely dismembered." On May 13th, nearly 1 month after Johnson's disappearance, police arrested Wobodo. At which point they went through his phone, where they say they found a photo of a dismembered woman and 3 other photos of dead bodies. We also learned that the suspect was previously investigated for attempted sexual assault. The victim chose not to press charges.
Now, right now, it's not clear why the suspect was arrested and then released from custody. We do know, though, that tonight that suspect is on the run, wanted on charges of murder and tampering with evidence. Felicia Johnson's body still hasn't been recovered.
Tonight, a father believes the remains of his daughter, who went missing nearly a year ago, may have been found.
And today, investigators tell us they were back out at a site in Montgomery County where remains were found earlier this week. Grace White joins us now with what she's learned. Grace?
Those remains in Montgomery County have still not officially been identified. The justice of the peace there told us tonight he was on scene Tuesday when skeletal remains were found along with a trash bag that's now been collected as evidence.
Pieces of crime scene tape can still be seen not far from Katie Francis's house.
It's kind of creepy.
She lives at the edge of the Sam Houston National Forest.
Sometimes there's garbage bags where people dump stuff like that out, but oh gosh, it's probably been 30, 40 years since we heard of them finding anybody else up there.
But Tuesday afternoon, they may have found someone. From Drone 11, you can see the path off Highway 149 near Flamingo Lakes, where the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says a TxDOT worker discovered human bone remains.
So, Grace, do we have any idea how long it will take to identify these remains that were found?
The Justice of the Peace told us tonight it could take some time, but they are working on this as fast as they can.
Human remains found in Montgomery County earlier this month have been confirmed as those of Felicia Johnson.
She's the 24-year-old San Diego woman who disappeared while visiting Houston in April of last year, and investigators are still looking for the man charged in her death.
Whenever they release her, then I will be able to have a service for her and pay her the respects that she needs.
Houston police have charged 28-year-old Chukwuebuka Nobudu with her murder. He's on the run. His arrest warrant said they met on an escort website before she disappeared on April 16th of last year.
New calls being made tonight for the public's help in finding the man accused in the disappearance of Felicia Johnson.
We will not rest until you have been arrested. We want the suspect to know that we're going to look for you night and day, brother, until you are arrested. We want the suspect to know that the no-snitch policy will never protect you in our community.
Let's bring everything together. Felicia Johnson came to Houston with nothing but plans to celebrate her birthday. What she walked into was something no one should ever have to face. And what followed was a cover-up that shows a level of cold, deliberate planning that is hard to comprehend. After Felicia arrived at his apartment on April 16, 2022, brought there by an Uber that Chukwuebuka Nwobodo himself ordered, she was killed inside those walls. What investigators found afterward painted a picture that left very little room for doubt. Nwobodo withdrew $500 from a Wells Fargo, the exact amount agreed upon for the meeting. Then, within the same window of time, he went to Walmart and Home Depot and purchased a saw, trash bags, a flashlight, gloves, and towels. These were not random items. The prosecutors and investigators looking at this case made clear that these purchases pointed to one thing: an attempt to destroy evidence and dispose of a human body. When law enforcement later searched his apartment, they recovered DNA and blood belonging to Felicia inside the apartment and inside the trunk of his car. But it did not stop there. His phone contained photographs of a dismembered female body. Not one photo, multiple. And alongside those, 3 additional photos of other deceased individuals. The nature of those additional photos raised questions that have never been fully answered publicly, and that alone should send a chill down the spine of anyone paying attention to this case. Then came the Google searches. In the days after April 16, 2022, Nwobodo searched. How to get away with murder. How to be a serial killer. Does bleach destroy DNA? How to clean DNA evidence. These were not searches made by someone processing grief. These were not accidental clicks. These were the searches of someone actively trying to figure out how to walk away from what they had done. And yet, he did walk away. At least for now. An arrest warrant was issued for Chukwuebuka Nwobodo on June 9, 2022, charging him with murder and tampering with evidence. That warrant is still active. As of today, he has never been arrested. He has never faced a courtroom. He has never had to look Felicia's family in the eye and answer for what the evidence says he did. For nearly 10 months after her disappearance, Felicia's family had no closure, no confirmed answers, just silence and pain. Then on February 7th, 2023, a TxDOT worker made a discovery in Sam Houston National Forest. Human remains. Dental records and DNA testing confirmed what the family had dreaded since April 2022. Those remains belonged to Felicia Johnson. She had been out there for months, discarded, as if her life meant nothing. It is worth pausing here and being very direct about something. Felicia's circumstances, the nature of the meeting, the website where she connected with Nwobodo, none of that changes the weight of what was done to her. None of it reduces the value of her life. None of it makes her family's pain any less real. She was a 24-year-old woman who deserved to come home. The crime committed against her is no less serious because of how she spent her time. Anyone who thinks otherwise needs to examine that position very carefully. This case also raises a question that deserves an answer. Nwobodo had been investigated for sexual assault back in November 2020, nearly 2 years before Felicia was killed. That investigation did not lead to charges. We cannot say with certainty what a different outcome in 2020 would have meant for Felicia. But the question is there. It sits in the record. And it is the kind of detail that families of victims often have to carry with them long after a case goes cold. Now, where does this case stand today? Nwobodo is believed to have fled. There is an active arrest warrant. Houston Crime Stoppers is offering a reward of $5,000 for information that leads to his arrest. That reward is still on the table. Right now, if you are watching this and you have any information, any at all, about the whereabouts of Chukwuebuka Nwobodo, here is what you need to do. Call the Houston Police Department Homicide Division at 713-308-3600 or contact Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. You can remain anonymous. That $5,000 reward is real. And one phone call from one person watching this video could be the thing that finally brings justice for Felicia Johnson. What do you think about this case? Do you think Nwobodo is still in the United States? Or do you believe he has left the country? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely want to know what you think. And for those of you watching right now, what country or state are you joining us from today? Let us build this community together. Because cases like Felicia's need as many eyes and ears as possible. Felicia Johnson was 24 years old. She went to Houston to celebrate her birthday. Her family has been living with this nightmare for over 2 years. They deserve justice. She deserves justice. And this case is not over. If you're not subscribed yet, please do that right now and share this video. The more people who know Nwobodo's name and face, the harder it becomes for him to hide. That is how communities bring fugitives to account. Share this. Talk about it. Keep Felicia's name alive. We will keep covering this case as it develops. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.